Yes, it's actually time. I'm gonna spare y'all saving that phrase, but hey, what I thought was just for here today. We're here on Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. I have to say it's part of the subtitle. Anyway, as of this recording, we are on the week where we are expected to get some more Crash news from the Game Awards. I have no idea why I needed to mention that, but
Crash Bandicoot. At last, I, the great Cortex, have you right where I want you. And now, the final blow!
Hush, simpleton.
Face it, Entropy. It's going to fail. Again!
At least Uka Uka and I attempt to free us from this prison. I won't sit idly by and listen to your inane ramblings for another decade. You chew.
Is he dead?
Leave him. He served his purpose.
A great power has awoken. Crash, I fear it portends an event of reality-shattering proportions. I feel it emanating from Insanity Peak. Quickly, we must go! Crash! Crash! Crash!
alright. We're back at it again. I can't believe it though. Like, first off, the fact that we're back to normal platforming again after going through Crash of Times and Mind Over Mutant. Like, I'm kind of glad I really got through Mind Over Mutant finally, but this is the main attraction here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really not sure how I'm going to do this. Like I already said that this is going to be a 106% playthrough with focus on the Platinum Relics as opposed to the Developer Relics. We're going to get more on that later. But in terms of recording, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Because on one hand, this game is a lot longer than the 3 games. In fact, I think this game as a whole is longer than the entire Insane Trilogy. And that's also involving full completion. Good lord. But yeah. Once we get through all this, it's going to be amazing, because I can tell you that this game is very demanding when it comes to full completion compared to, again, the original trilogy, even Insane Trilogy. But even then, just look at how freaking amazing this game looks. I'm on the PC version of the Battle.net version, mind you. This isn't going to be on the Steam version that got recently released. Which is rather unfortunate because, like, I did hear some good things about that version, and on top of that, that version was also $40. Just a reminder, when I first played this even on this channel before, like when it first came out, I played both the demo and the full game on the PS4 version, which not only was a full 60, it was freaking. There's one irk on that version, and the Xbox One version by that extension, that I'm not too big on compared to playing this on PC. I assume that the Steam version is the same case with the irk I'm going to mention, and that irk is the loading screen. Good freaking lord. Like, playing this on PS4, the loading screens on this game were up to 30 seconds. 30 seconds apiece. 30 seconds. I think if I was playing that version instead of the PC version, I think I'd just now get through the cutscene and everything. Okay, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but my point is, it's pretty long. And for a full completion, and especially for people who know what this game contains, 30 seconds per attempt is quite a lot. Like, that's quite a lot of time that adds up eventually, especially if it was your first time playing. But here we go. But hey, we're not going to open up with all that. We're going to open up with the fact that we're playing Crash again on a 2020 game. If it weren't for the situations with COVID, I think this would have been the biggest turnout of the year. Oh, frick. Okay. Now, as is tradition, we're going to make sure we get all the boxes, all the gems and platinum relics. Just get everything on this. And trust me, there is a lot to get for this game. Like, as you just saw earlier, there's actually a meter now for getting the Wumpa Fruit in this game. Which is actually, for me, I find it kind of counterproductive just because of the fact that you can't spin the Wumpa Fruit away. Look at that. But hey, we just completed the first level. And once we get past this, there's going to be more cutscenes and more stuff to talk about with this game in terms of the playthrough. But before that, look at that. So yes, the gems actually have more of a purpose than just for like full completion. You actually unlock skins. So you get gems by breaking crates, getting Wumpa Fruit as you just saw earlier, hidden gems, and beating the levels with 3 lives or less in terms of dying. We're going to get more on this one later. I'm going to save this for a later time. Okay, so as I was saying earlier with the recording format, I'm thinking that I'm just going to go through each island. Because like the game is separated by islands again, just like the first game, as opposed to the whole warp room. Which is a little inconvenient for me because of the fact that when it came to playing this on the original trilogy, it was pretty easy to just play every level by number, like a set of 3. But because of how much longer these levels themselves are, as well as the game, and the fact that this game, oh my goodness, how demanding this game can be as a whole in terms of completion, I think it'd just be best if I save that format for another game. You know, because we actually live in a possibility now. But yes, in terms of the actual moveset, Crash has pretty much everything he had from the, pretty much unfortunately, from the Warp trilogy, where you can just freaking, of course, spin, double jump, the super body slam effect, everything except for the run, which is something else I'll also have to get into once we get past this game, which is much later because I mentioned earlier this game is pretty long. Did I forget to mention this game's pretty long? I don't think I've mentioned that enough. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Something that I also am going to be incorporating for this playthrough are a few mods. I just want to make this as a disclaimer though. These mods are mostly just for visual sake of, kind of like Legacy, because like with Aku Aku here in front of me, he doesn't really circle around you like this. He actually puts you through like a little purplish circle on level 1, a gold circle on level 2, and then the invincibility. Here, he only just puts you on like a little loop. But there is a mod that basically makes it so he just floats around me instead. Just like the olden days. But yes, back onto the disclaimer. I don't plan on using this for... Oh, frick, did I? Okay, I was about to say, if it didn't even count. I don't plan on using any mods that makes the whole game easier. That's just for me, that would just defeat the purpose of even doing this. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the color gems, didn't I? So the color gems in this game are actually pretty unique compared to each other. So it's kind of like Crash 2 where you have to go through a whole level without hitting a single crate levels of unique. No! Oh my god. Oh, what the heck? I am not playing this on modern. Forget that. Oh, I gotta start the whole level again. Okay, so that's something else I'll mention after this. But yes, the color gems. The color gems in this game are basically break zero crates levels of unique, as well as the fact that they actually do something pretty cool for you in terms of the whole game, which, let's be honest, all it is just opening different pathways, just like the olden days. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much their only purpose in this game with the color gems. They're just kind of there for the sake of opening up paths in other sections, as opposed to where they were back in Warped, where they actually gave you opportunities for like entirely different level sections, which isn't much of a letdown considering all things considered with this game's already huge length. But the freaking, it's just, you know, it's one of those missed opportunities, I think. But I forgot to mention, this game actually does give you the option to go for modern and retro controls, or in terms of playstyle. If you go for modern, you pretty much get to play with infinite lives. If you go for retro, you just have lives. There is virtually nothing different compared to those two. Okay, I got everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the whole playstyle. I want to switch it back to retro because that's how I prefer playing it. But we'll get more into that in a bit, unless it shows the gems again. And as you notice, that certain collectible I picked up on the last level didn't appear here.
No way! Not in a million. Get him off, get him off, get him off.
Crash, who's that?
Lonnie Lowly? If the quantum masks have returned, then...
Hey, Aku, how's it go? Is that a quantum rift?
It appears to be a door between dimensions.
Yes, yes, the kind we keep shut. We have to go through, find my siblings, and fix this before some putz with a big evil plan and a bigger ego does something monumentally stupid.
Uka Uka unknowingly paved the way for our bright future. Once my rift generator is complete, dominion over all of time and space will be within our grasp.
Engine, embryo, you had some little projects you wanted to tell me about?
Master, my mechanical marvel will hypnotize you and I.
And my potion will make me and them unstoppable.
Right, yeah, fine, sure. Have fun with your ray guns or whatever.
Hasten your steps. By my calculations, our enemies are already moving against us, and we will prevail.
As we just saw here, we're finished with our first island, and of course this is pretty much where the video ends, but before we even think about ending this yet, now that we have full control over the dimensional map, there are a few things I do want to show you. First, the skin menu. Of course, there are some DLC and stuff that came with this game version of the game, as well as unfortunate spoiler on what happens when you beat the game, but hey, it can't be all avoided. On top of this, we can also play Coco right out the gate, as opposed to the Insane Trilogy where we had to view a portal first. But yes, I'm probably gonna sound a lot more organized in the next video. I'm just kind of excited because like we're finally here on Crash 4 after what, 2 years of playing this? Yeah, 2 years. 2 years since this game came out, 2 years since I started playing this, and now we're in the midst, or soon to be in the midst, of the hype and seeing if for it or not we're going to be getting another Crash game. Or something else Crash related. It really depends. But this is not towards the divorce on. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay insane, stay natural fuel, stay tuned to Just Already Alive, and of course, as always, doesn't matter if it's Crash 4 or the Insane Trilogy, stay warped. Stay warped!